Politicians from the left and the right are talking about college affordability. Democratic candidates were divided over how much we should be done to ease the cost of higher education. Tennessee is offering free community college tuition to all its high school graduates, and a slate of candidates from the Board of Overseers at Harvard University wants to end undergrad tuition there.
And you could just start answering like, all right, what's your...
To level the playing field, should tuition at public colleges be ended?
So one of the things that I said about this was the fact that when you have free college and stuff like that, you are going like, how are you going to pay for what your supplies are and what like you're getting if you don't pay for the tuition? So I said that like if college was free, then that would probably lead to like having the surrounding areas have higher taxes. And I don't know exactly how many people would feel about that, but, and plus, like, it might even, like, the colleges might even refuse people because they can't pay for their tuition, like, on their own. So,
You're saying like they would get maybe more choosier?
yeah, and then, like, decline, like, a lot of other people.
If like college was like free, does like everything that we have to like pay for with it, does that come with it, like books, dorms, food?
I think you'd actually have to pay for that on your own.
Yeah, so technically college like wouldn't be free.
Yeah.
In general. Like even if college was like free and you got like a scholarship or whatever, food and books and everything still costs money.
And dorms.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you're going somewhere.
That was nobody.
So
Yeah, all right, so how, I'll sum up and comment on this. So what you're saying is, by making college free, they're not necessarily saying the food is free, that the books are free, that the living is free.
I mean, of course. I mean, the
They're
thing
probably
is,
saying the tuition is free.
you gotta think about it like this. A college can't pay for every student's like basic requirement needs. Like that's something that you have to do on your own, like food, living, and books. Like I mean, that's understandable. I would still say it's free. I mean, yeah, it's hard, but at the same time, it's like they're not gonna baby you the whole way. You know, you gotta make it yourself too. So I mean, the tuition to go there is free. So that's what they mean by it. But there's no way a college can pay for every student's like that. Like hell, you might as well just pay for my car insurance while you're at it. Like,
what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, well, okay, so I mean, I do agree that it should be not, I mean, maybe not free because that's a little out there, but like cheaper, yeah, but because this guy, he's about like it not being free, and I think that's a bad idea because he pointed out that like, yeah, schools have the worst track record for poor kids. So that's true because if you like, you know, make college cheaper, that like would open up opportunities for like the lower end class, you know. So like when they come in, they have a lot more opportunities if it's cheaper than them just going to like a community college and having that lunch or whatever.
To go on with the lower income people, students, if they start, instead of having free college for everyone, Nikki says in this article, if they could just have mainly have it for people that don't have enough money and that would really need it, and it would give the people the first generation college students more of a chance in their families, since it's something that family hasn't ever really experienced because none of their kids or anything has gone to college and has learned from that experience itself. So
Okay, as a Latina, I mean,
in our countries, everything works different, even the college stuff. So when we get here, we see we have to pay for tuition, we have to pay for books, dorms, even to send like the application for the college, you have to pay for everything, and we cannot afford it. And if we have one thing less to pay, like the tuition, for example, it will be like a relief for us, you know? Like, it will be like something less to worry about. Because it just works different for, like, in our public colleges, they're free. I mean, you have to pay for your books and stuff, and you usually sleep, like, in your parents' house. We don't have,
Dorms?
Dorms, we don't have it. So, like, it works different, you know? It's hard to explain. And if other countries, in other countries work, like, not only, like, in Latin America, but, like, in first world countries, I don't know, like, in Europe, I think it will work here. Anybody?
The idea that tuition is free, as you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with her. I would say, like, you know, colleges are now starting to tax a lot of people on some things. I mean, I still believe, you know, they're not too off, but they can be cheaper. Instead of making students make all this, and then when they dig into their pockets, and then out of that, then they have to go make a student loan. That's just like a never-ending cycle. And I think they need to break that. They need to break that cycle of, you know, having students to go get out student loans that they know they can't afford. In the back of their minds, they know, you know, it's going to take some time to pay this off. So even with that being said, I think they should even change their payment plans for, you know, students. Because I heard it goes up every month if you don't pay it or something. Yeah.
Interesting.
So, Emily.
Oh shoot! I don't have anything. Trayvon, here you go. I'm white.
College was free. People will like take advantage of it. Wait, you already said it, didn't you?
All right. And go ahead, tell me about taking advantage of it. What do you mean by taking advantage
Like
of
they
it?
would go there and not like do their work like high school, basically. They'll waste the tax, put their money.
Okay, if they take advantage, pretty much they're just gonna go and play around with it. And I think if they do, they should like look into what you do, how you do in high school before they start giving you this like opportunity for having the free college.
Let me ask you a question. All right. Do you drop the requirements for getting into the college? In other words, you're saying it's free, but you still have to be accepted.
Yeah.
All right. What if you have to have like a certain level of grades to get in? Does that minimize the people who are gonna mess around?
Yeah, because that'll show responsibility. If you have responsibility, then it'll be worth their time of picking you for the opportunity.
It's forming the individual, like, because if you're making, like, okay, if it's hard to get, like, you have to get to a certain, I don't know, GPA or something, you're making the students put more effort into their studies, and basically you're just increasing, like, grades and all that kind of stuff, so it's like, I think it will be kind of good. I mean, if you see, like, I don't know, country like Korea, like, it's really hard to get, like, in those colleges, and you see, like, they're, like, really smart people. I'm not, like, stereotyping or anything, but, like, you know.
So apparently, like, according to Andrew, it says that, like, public funding hasn't kept up with these changes, like, in the past. Like, it gives, like, an example of California, and they have the cheapest college fees, but, like, they were unable to, like, have as many people, like, into their colleges, and they had to turn away like 600,000 people, which is quite the amount.
They had the free thing going for a while, California. Yeah, they had that if it was harder to get into California schools, but if you could get into the California colleges, it was tuition free for a while there.
But a lot of people do live in California.
Well, yeah.
Some
somebody.
All right.
You haven't talked. You haven't,
People on the out. Oh, go ahead.
No, I didn't want to say. You haven't said anything yet. I don't have anything to say.
Just say it's a great idea.
Say ayagri.
I approve this.
Ayagri.
But sometimes I just don't see why like they don't like at least make college cheaper. Because like a reasonable price instead of like making it so expensive, or they could like pay for like they could go to college free for like 2 years and then pay the other 2. Or
Which is
however much.
which Tennessee, our neighbor, has made a reality.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, where do people get all that kind of money? Like,
There is.
it's really hard.
All right, I will broach. I'll say something. I won't do it on camera.